Hello, my name is Jackie Kirkup. Welcome to Spotlight on Souris. Today is Thursday, October the 17th, 2024. I have with me Mark Gillis, the president of the Souris Legion. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure to have you here and learn a little bit more about Remembrance Day.
Right on.
It's coming up here shortly, November 11th, as most people know. So I know you've done a little bit of research on the Canadian Armed Forces and their contribution to our country and really the entire world. And you had mentioned you had a fairly lengthy answer, and you know what? I'm really looking forward to learning a lot.
Yes.
So take it away.
Right, it is a bit lengthy. Of course, like I say, I did some research because I'd never remember all these numbers, but I'm going to take you through a little bit of the history. So through many wars and conflicts, brave Canadians have made unimaginable sacrifices, leaving behind their families, homes, and dreams to protect the values and freedoms that that make our country what it is today. Their courage and their selflessness allow us and generations yet to come to live in peace. So a few examples of the conflicts that Canada's been involved in over the years. World War I, 1914 to 1918. Over 650,000 Canadians served, 172,000 were wounded, 66,000 were killed.
Wow.
That's large numbers. World War II, 39 to 45, over 1 million Canadians served in that conflict, 55,000 wounded, 45,000 killed. The Korean War, 1950 to 53, 26,000 Canadians served in that conflict. The Gulf War, which many of us will remember for sure, 1990-91, 4,000 Canadians served there as well. They were part of a coalition of countries, and it's important to note that it was the first conflict where Canadian women played an active combat role. Afghanistan, 2001 to 2014, was the longest conflict that Canadian military has served in since World War II. It was again an international coalition, and in that conflict, 40,000 Canadians participated. So as you can see, Canada and its veterans have been very involved in conflicts around the world. And just to add to that, some stats that I pulled right off Veterans Affairs website. More than 2.3 million Canadians have served our country in uniform. More than 120,000 of them have lost their lives. Their names are recorded in Canada's 8 Books of Remembrance on Parliament Hill in Ottawa. We honor their memory and legacy at cenotaphs, memorials, and during ceremonies across Canada and around the world.
Incredible numbers.
It's kind of mind-boggling for sure. So yeah, I also want to mention that our armed forces serve in other capacities as well, such as international peacekeeping as part of the United Nations dating back to 1956 during the Suez Crisis, and most recently, Southern Sudan. Not only does the military serve around the world, we can't forget that our military serves us even here at home. They come to our aid during natural disasters, forest fires like we've seen in BC, wildfires like we've seen in Alberta, ice storms in eastern Canada, Hurricane Igor in Newfoundland in 2010, and during COVID-19, in the first months of the pandemic, the Canadian Armed Forces personnel deployed to long-term care facilities, Quebec, Ontario, and directly supported northern and remote communities. So we all lived through COVID-19. We all know what that was like. We all know how difficult that was for our healthcare providers to manage that situation. And in some instances, it wasn't even possible, and the Canadian Armed Forces served us here.
Wow.
So that's pretty incredible when you think of everything our Canadian Armed Forces do.
They sure do a lot.
They do. And the one last thing that I left off that, of course, was natural disasters, just to highlight our own experience here in Souris. Floods. I mean, Canadian Armed Forces are deployed to floods fairly regularly, I think, throughout this country. And we've seen it right here in Souris. On July 2nd, 2011, CFB Shiloh deployed members to Souris to help sandbag and build up dikes. And I remember that time very well because I was here for that and I was sandbagging alongside them.
Yes,
So,
I remember it well too.
yeah,
Yeah,
and so many residents in this community would have been working right alongside.
absolutely.
So again, they serve around the world, they serve in conflicts, they serve in peacekeeping, and they serve at home, which is unbelievable. Yeah.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
just amazed. I did get a history lesson here, which
Yeah.
was pretty incredible, but those numbers and statistics are like, just, yeah, I'm blow my mind.
Yeah, and it's interesting when you do a little bit of research, there's so many things that you don't realize, and the numbers I gave you about those wars and conflicts, if you look on Veteran Affairs, their website, within each of those conflicts, there's stories behind all of that and the important battles and the part Canadians played in that. And I believe it was World War I, Canada really became a nation because
Right.
we became known around the world as a force.
Yeah, wow,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting. So that definitely is a place to check out, is the
Yes,
Veterans
absolutely.
Affairs website, and
Yeah.
certainly learn some more.
Yep, some good information there, for
Excellent,
sure.
good. So I know the Souris Legion organizes a Remembrance Day service here in Souris, so I'm just wondering if there were any details you could share about that.
Absolutely. So the service will be held on Monday, November 11th at 10:40 a.m. So arrive, a little early, I would suggest. It'll be much the same as it has been in past years. Everything will take place at the Souris Glenwood Community Hall. So
Okay.
for many of us, we remember we would have the service in the hall and we'd lay wreaths at the outside of the Legion. And so I think 2 years ago was the first year we held everything within the hall. So we've eliminated those winter kind of elements. So everything again will take place in the hall this time around.
Okay,
So that's good. And then following the service in the hall, there'll be coffee and cookies and so on, and people can mingle and visit. Legion will also be open that day for people to attend and have a time of fellowship. And I should mention that the Legion Lady Auxiliary will hold their tea and bake sale at the Legion between 2 and 4 on that day.
okay.
And that's a little bit different from past years. So past years, they've been uptown. This year, they wanted to try doing it out of the Legion. It'll be a little friendlier for moving things in and out. So yeah, they're going to hold their tea and bake sale there from 2 to 4, November 11th.
Oh, wow,
So
what a
make sure, come
perfect
down.
time to
Yeah.
do all that,
Yeah,
just
it's-
in one day.
Yeah, it's going to be a new experience for both them and us, but
Yes.
I think it'll work out well.
Yeah,
So.
well, hopefully those ladies make some pies. I'm
Yeah,
sure they'll have lots
there'll
of
be-
customers.
Yeah. Any of us that have been to the bake sale, we know it's well worth going to get there early.
Yes.
Because if you don't, there's nothing left to buy.
Very true.
Yes, 100%.
Also, the Legion does a poppy drive here in Souris, and so at one time I remember that you Legion members coming door to door to sell poppies. Is that something that still happens?
That's still happening, absolutely. So the Poppy Drive will likely take place either the last week of October or the first week of November.
Okay,
So volunteers will be going door to door for sure, and they will be offering poppies. There's no cost to anyone. We do accept donations, of
right.
course.
And I
but-
should have. I thought to myself, sell when I
Yeah,
said
no.
that. And I'm like, no, that's not what,
Yeah,
what
no.
happens.
If someone comes to your door and you would like poppies, you're not required or need to pay anything. We are just happy that you would wear a poppy for
Right.
sure. Show your support for our veterans. But again, we do accept donations. And just a shout out to the Souris Fire Department. Last year, they helped us out with the Poppy Drive, which was great. And
excellent.
they've said that they will again this year,
Oh,
which
wow.
makes our workload a little lighter, so that's terrific. Poppies will also be available around town. They're placed at certain businesses, so you will see the basket. If we don't get to your house, or you would like a poppy sooner, or any of those things, absolutely check that out.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
and I just want to mention, the Poppy Drive, the funds raised are kept separate from all of our general operating funds.
Okay.
They're put into a Poppy Fund, and the Poppy Fund is used to enhance or assist veterans or their families in some way. So while we might not have a large veteran population here, we in past have donated some of those funds to the hospital, personal care home, those sorts of
Okay.
facilities, because we know that our veterans and families will often
Right.
access those services.
Right.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that that money stays local in
It stays
the
local.
community.
Yeah, it stays local 100%. In fact, I think we've even done, I mentioned hospital personal care home, but I think we've done other community sites with handy, like the automatic doors
Oh,
and
I
those
see,
types of
yes.
things. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, very
Yeah.
interesting. Well, that's very good to know.
Right.
Okay. I do have a question that's not on the question list, Mark,
Okay.
but at the cemetery, the
Mhm.
poppies that are, the flags.
Yes.
Yes. Is the Legion responsible for doing that?
Yes, we had a meeting this past Tuesday, so that's in the works. That's going to be done. I forget the date, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's a Saturday though, so it's volunteers through the Legion will be going out to the cemetery and putting out the flags and so on. Absolutely, 100%. Yep.
It's definitely, you know, having visited the cemetery,
Mhm.
it is definitely, I don't know, it really gets you when
Yeah.
you enter and you see these flags and
Right.
just it's something to see. Even if you don't need to go to the cemetery, just take a
Right.
drive and have a look. It's really
Yep.
special.
Yeah, it's just another way we can honor our veterans
Mhm.
for sure, and
Yeah.
the people who have served this country.
Yeah, wonderful. Anything else you'd like to share about the Legion?
Yes, the Legion. This is my sales pitch. this
Okay,
part,
here we go, Mark.
Yeah, yeah. So
It's all
the
yours.
The Legion is made up of members, and if you're interested in becoming a member, please stop by the Legion, talk to Melissa. She's
Okay.
our manager there, and she can help you get set up with a membership. And that's really what keeps our Legion alive and going, and
Right.
is membership. So, and I should also point out that the Legion is run by a volunteer board,
Mhm.
and the board is elected.
Okay,
And so our elections will be coming up in December. So if anybody out there were interested in serving on the
Okay.
Legion board, we'd be happy to hear from you. So once again, if you're interested in doing that, feel free to, drop off your name, what you might be interested in as far as board, whether it's, if you want to be the president or whatever, right?
Right,
Or
yeah.
just become a member of the board. Again, though, you do have to be a member to serve on the board,
Right.
so you'd have to be a member for sure. But we can sell you a membership.
yes.
And, we'd love to see you come down and talk to us about that. And if you do drop off your name, somebody will get in touch with you and
Okay.
have a discussion, and if for some reason you decide you didn't want to proceed, we can pull your name back
Right,
out or
right.
whatever. And I think, let me just check my notes. I guess also, again, part of my sales pitch, I almost missed the
That's
best part.
okay.
As a member or a non-member, you can attend the Legion. And I just wanted to point out, Friday nights, we have our meat draw, 50-50, Chase the Ace. It seems to be a great meeting place on a Friday, finishing off your week, an opportunity to visit and hang out with friends
Yeah.
and so on. So,
You took the words right out of my mouth because that was going to be something I was going to ask about
Right,
was
right.
the meat draw.
Yeah.
And I've been a few times and it is
Yeah.
quite fun. And the Chase the Ace right now is
I
getting
think
up
it's-
there.
Yeah, it's over 6,000, I
Yeah.
think 6,600 or something last Friday. So
Yep.
typically our meat draws are a little bit slower in the summer because people, are doing summer activities, but come fall, they tend to ramp up
Right.
and get busier. So
Yeah, always
absolutely.
lots of fun.
We'd love to have you. Yes.
Excellent. I was
Yes.
going to ask what a membership would cost.
A membership is $45.
Okay.
It's going up, I believe, to 50, but 50 does not come into effect until January 1st, 2025.
Okay.
So now is the season to buy your memberships for
Right.
next year. So if you purchase before December 31st, it'll still be
Okay.
$45.
So certainly a reasonable
Yeah,
membership
For
fee.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Wonderful. And
Yeah.
can I just ask what the membership, like what benefits of the membership?
So if you become a member, of course, I don't know if it's a benefit to us. We
Well,
look
I'm
forward
just-
to you volunteering,
well,
helping
okay,
us
I
out,
just-
but you're not
that's
required
okay.
to. Many members do,
Yep.
and many members don't, and
Yep.
that's 100% okay. In addition to that, you become a member of the Royal Canadian Legion, not just the Souris branch, but nationally.
Right.
So I believe you get a magazine, I think it's quarterly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just,
Yeah.
not that you need to have a benefit of the membership,
No,
but, and then the membership.
there is other
Yep.
benefits too, and I hate to say this, I don't remember them all, But through the Royal Canadian Legion, there's things like travel insurance and so on and so forth. So they have those kind of programs. If you're a member, you'll get a discount through certain companies. For
Right,
certain things.
right.
Yeah.
And does a portion of that membership fee stay at
Yes.
the Legion?
Yeah, so a portion goes nationally and a portion stays
Okay.
here. I'm not exactly sure on the split, but I hate to say it, probably a little more goes nationally
Yeah.
than stays, but that's okay. Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay.
That's
I'm not
okay.
going to quiz you too much more.
Well, no, that's okay because it supports the Royal Canadian Legion nationally. And
Absolutely.
nationally, the Royal Canadian Legion, for sure, I mean, their mission is to help and take care of veterans. And so that money's all going to a good cause,
Right.
for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
And the money that stays here, we try to do the same with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
excellent.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I have learned so much,
Right.
just about, the wars and just about our own Legion. I've been to the Legion on several occasions,
Yes.
and yeah, I've just been a patron.
Yeah.
So maybe
And we appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes.
Looking to maybe get myself a membership.
Right on.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
Anything else, Mark?
Well, I just want to wrap up with saying each November 11th, we come together to remember those who have sacrificed their lives in the service of our nation. Their commitment to duty and the price they paid remind us of the value of peace and freedom. I want to extend my gratitude to all veterans, past and present, and thank you for your service and protecting our freedoms.
Very well said, Mark. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me today.
It's our pleasure. This has been Spotlight on Souris for Thursday, October 17th, 2024.